Hell yeah, alright. Video, 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 video space. Video talk, talking video talk. We're 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 talking video talk.
Yeah.
We're talking video talk.
Bitch, we're talking with our boy Willie. You know he's got the shit. He's dancing real hard. I know you'll never get sick of it. He's got that tee on, got that long sexy hair. You know he's about to take his shirt off, his abs so bare. He's got a six-pack. They call him Suburban Commando. He's a big motherfucker and he's dropping it low. He's about to slap that ass, baby, about to slap it so hard. You ever seen this motherfucker running naked through your backyard?
We're talking video talk. We're talking
Video talk, bitch, we're talking video talk. Get your video talk. You best subscribe. You best subscribe.
Okie dokie, guys! Welcome to another Video Talk weekly show. It's your boy Willie here and talking to you from Tampere, Finland. Welcome, welcome. Who we have here? We have Vezius, Timo M, Hebbo, Freakazoid85, Jay the Cinemanic, Lino Marchetti and Big Bleep Fortress. I've never heard this theme song before. Okay, so you better get used to that, baby, if you're gonna be watching Video Talk weekly show. Hello, hello, Full Moon Fever, says Melody Maniac and Mr. Maestro. Hello, hello. Hey, today I'm gonna be talking you about unboxing. I have some shit to unbox for you, and also like the fucking cover page or cover picture of this stream says, Reservoir Dogs. Yes, my man, the good old-fashioned Reservoir Dogs is turning 30 years to this date today. It was released back in 9th October in the year 1992 in the cinemas, the theatrical run in the United States cinemas, so that is not the day which is premiered in other parts of the world, but you get the picture. And of course, before that it was shown on Sundance Festival and Cannes Film Festival, so it's not the world premiere, but I'm talking about the theatrical run premiere. Yeah, Ace Man is here. Good evening, welcome Ace Man. Also, and 31 people is watching, and as usual it's a live chat, so if you have anything to comment on, any questions or anything like that, so hit me with a comment in the chat box if you are able to do that. And also, if you are happening to watch this as a recording later on, you can use the comment section to ask anything if you like. And if you want to support the show, you may send the super chat message. I will strongly appreciate it. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't have any announcements right now. At least I don't recall any. It's been a fine day. Preparing this show, and it's gonna be like about an hour or so. So sit back and enjoy the ride, my man. Hey. Okay. Hey. First things fucking last, like the Mr. Pink used to say. Why I'm Mr. Pink? 'Cause you're Yeah, okay. Let's start. Let's get on with it. Okay, so first, let's do the unboxings. I have 3 packages here to unbox for you, and finally, I got the FedEx to bring me the Vinegar Syndrome package. I have been waiting to unbox it for 2 weeks, because it arrived with me. Was it Tuesday or Wednesday? I don't remember anymore, but something like that. But hey, there's a surprise package. And what shall we have here? Let's take this knife and cut the sucker. Cut the sucker very carefully, because I think there's a used disc from 88 Films limited edition release of title that, quite frankly, I don't remember. Some Asian action film, probably. Okay. Yeah, now I remember. Now I freaking remember this. Alright. Very carefully. Okay, this is pretty well packaged, this this little sucker here. Carefully. Alright, now we are revealing. Now the cat is out of the bag. Okie dokie, it's 88 Films limited edition of Encounter of the Spooky Kind with cool slipcover and poster. And this is a film from directed by Sammo Hung and also starring this same guy. And as far as I know, this is some more like a comedy kung fu film with some supernatural elements. So I was reading one of the booklets from the 88 Films release, and then it said a lot of good things about Encounters of Spooky Kind. I have never seen it, so when I see it for sale, it was like. Was it 25 euros with postage? So I thought that I will give this a shot, man. So let's see the poster. The poster is here. I believe it's original artwork. Any comments about Encounters of the Spooky Kind? I have always talked shit about Hong Kong comedies, but I think for some strange reason I'm getting to like them. But let's see what I like. Encounters of the Spooky Kind. Melody Maniac says, haven't seen that. Could be fun. Yes, I will tell you if it was fun or not when I get the chance to see it. Because behind me is my unwatched shelf and it is growing at alarming rate. So I almost did it. I almost had everything watched. But then some huge package arrived and now I'm at the same point than I used to be. A point where I have like fucking 40 films to watch, so it's impossible. So let's see what we have here. Okay, the poster was there, and then we have some booklet for Spooky Kind. Yeah, a little bit thinner than these very, very special booklets are usually in there. And one Blu-ray here from... it's not Eureka, it's It's not 88 Films, it's Eureka. How the fuck, how fucking blind am I? I don't know. Anyone of note acting in it? Yes, Sammo Hung. Do you know this chubby Sammo Hung? And these other people I do not know. Alright. I'll be seeing that someday. Nice. Oi. Put it in here next to Police Story. I haven't even started to watch the Police Story box because ain't got the time, man. Lionel Lauri says, Spooky Kind, it's a great film, but might be difficult to understand everything for someone unfamiliar with Chinese culture. Yeah, that is usually a big problem, at least for me, because I do not understand the fine details about Chinese culture and religion and these all kinds of weird things. But I try to understand. Fortress says, yeah, just watched Wheels on Meals as a matter of fact yesterday. Hey, how did you like it? How did you like your meals on wheels? Hey, Timo, and good evening, Ville. Mr. Pink says, Reservoir Dogs, that he doesn't believe in tips. What is your take on tipping culture in restaurants? It's a good question. Well, I do believe in tipping if you are in a country that tipping is usually expected. In Finland, tipping is not usually expected. I don't recall ever tipping. Maybe someday I have tipped in Finland, but I don't recall that I've done that. But in the... Yes, thank you for €5. I'll drink water to that. I ran out of beer, maybe. But if you go to States, that is practically necessary to tip, and also in the Southern Europe. So if you go in these countries, if you go outside your own country, make sure you make sure you know if there's supposed to be tipping or not. There's few usual suspects among the cast in Jackie Chan films. Yeah, I know these guys. I had a bunch of weak comedy bits as well. I mean, kind of a middle of the road kung fu comedy. 2.5 stars. Yeah. By the way, I don't recall watching Wheels on Meals ever. Maybe I gonna have to do that someday. But first, Police Story, and first I have to go. First I have to see that, and also the Spooky Kind. In States, tips are often counted as part of the salary for waitress. Yeah. So maybe you should learn before you go there, if it's expected. Yeah. Okay, hey, moving on to Amazon Prime package, and here's only one film, and goddamn what a picture it is. I know, because I saw that parcel has been delivered message, but I haven't watched this yet, and I'm talking about Red fucking Brown, baby, Red fucking Brown, yeah, Mercenary Fighters, starring Red freaking Brown, man. Fuck this fucking camera bullshit, man. Fucking focus. I always forgot to turn off the freaking autofocus. I don't know where's the freaking autofocus. Fuck. Let me take care of this issue first. Okay, let's turn it off, man. Okay, now it should be good. But Mercenary Fighters, this was released back in the days of glorious VHS. This was released in Finland as a name Iskuryhmä Afrika, which means Strike Force Africa. And in this film, Red Brown goes to South Africa and to fight with some mercenaries, but then he realized that he's getting ass fucked by these vicious drug lords or something, and then he turns against them. Something like that. Very basic action film plot there, but yeah, Red Brown is there, and he is screaming and he is shooting. Hey, I gotta show some clips for you when I get the chance to watch this, because there's some awesome Red Brown moments in this one. And this is also starring Peter Fonda and Ron O'Neal and Jim Mitchum, so there is a really ensemble cast of B action stars right here. And this is a Code Red release from Kinolorber reissue. Or is it a... No, I think this is a brand new Blu-ray. So yeah, 2K master with theatrical trailer. So I was not expecting any mind-blowing extras of this such a marginal film, but I remember this was pretty good. Indicator sale, money burns, says Hynde, and Tutipunti says it's another Rambo clone. So anybody seen Mercenary Fighters? Because I'll be seeing this very soon, for sure, for sure. Damn it. And then, obviously, it is the Vinegar Syndrome box. It's a Winsun time, man. Winsun time. And I kinda opened it already, but I only had time to watch one film. So let's see what Willy Boy had bought this time. So first of all, okay. The Young Like It Hot. Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby. And then there's another film, Sweet Young Foxes. So this is an X-rated feature. And this is a 4K Ultra HD, man. Okay, so I didn't remember that this is a 4K Ultra HD. Holy shit, my man. Holy shit. And this was released. This is one of the earlier films from Vinegar Syndrome. It was released in Pikarama, these same exact films, but I don't have that. And that Blu-ray is out of print. I almost got it from Huutonetti, which is an Finnish eBay. But fortunately somebody raised me, because then I would have the older Blu-ray and now the 4K. So I don't think I like this so much that I need, you know, the older Blu-ray as well, because this is a 4K Ultra HD and probably it also includes the Pikarama disc. So let's see what is inside there. Inside the box. Okay. Pikarama Blu-ray disc and Pikarama Ultra HD. Probably these are newly authored discs then. So two films are special features, short of a legend after all. Brand new interview with the director Bob Chin, Talking Dirty, an archival interview with Bob Chin, and Checking Off, an archival interview with actor William Margold. Alright, looks very good. Oh mama, great covers. Yes, I think this is a whole hell of a lot nicer looking release than the previous Pikarama release. And yeah, I think I like it already. Where is Arsi? Is Arsi in the house? I know Arsi appreciates these films. And Aceman says, classic porn in 4K, everything's right in the world, yeah. Yeah, sure. Hey, Videoman and Gizmo is in the house. Hello, Videoman. Glad to see you. Glad to see you again. "40 people watching. Hey, that's nice. Hit me with that like button if you are liking this show." And another X-rated video, and this is also a reissue with slip covers, and this is a trashy lady with Ginger Lynn. Ooh la la, Ginger Lynn. Hey, baby. Steven Scott has directed this film from 1985, so as late as 1985 they were still shooting X-rated features on films. That's great stuff. And region-free Blu-ray and DVD, so you can tell that this is an older release, only reissued when there's also a DVD included, because like it says here, it's VS 114. So probably this was first released on 2016 or 17 or something like that. But this slipcover is a new, which came out recently. So of course I had to get it. Yeah, we have Trashy Lady on DVD and also on Blu-ray. Okay. Anybody seen Ginger Lynn's Trashy Lady? This is not that impressive, this slipcover, but it'll do, man. It'll do. Okay, 10. The only film that I actually had time to watch this, and I selected first to be watched, is the Don the Dragon Wilson's film Red Sun Rising from the year 1993, and it was directed by a guy called Francis Megahe, and also starring Terry Farrell and Michael Ironside and Mako. Yeah, it was okay. It was okay 90s action and lots of fighting, and it had good pace, but unfortunately it kind of ran out of steam in the third act of the film. But it had some cool choreographies and this kind of Mortal Kombat Raiden style fights, because there's guys with magic fingers that can, make your mouth bleed and then you die. Something like that. And Michael Ironside, he's always very cool to see in everything, but in this film he's not on the screen that many times, so maybe that was a little bit let down. But I think it is one of the better Don the Dragon Wilson's films that I have seen. And I do have to say that this was originally made to be a buddy cop movie, and then Chris Penn was supposed to be playing Don the Dragon Wilson's partner in this film, but so it happens that Chris Penn had some other arrangement, so he couldn't do this film, so they put a female as a buddy cop partner and added a little bit romance there. But I think that really makes this very unique film, because they didn't change that many dialogue scenes so to fit for ladies' mouth. So I think, and this girl Terry Farrell, who was also in the Deep Space Nine, I don't remember the character's name, but I think she does a pretty fantastic job in this film. Yeah. That is the most interesting thing in this Rising Sun film. And yeah, it is a VSA release, so we have this kind of sturdy package for the film, and also we have the poster for the film. Happy Halloween, says Tomb of Dracula. Well, it's not Halloween quite yet, is it? But Videoman and Gizmo is doing Halloween Horror Month. I see 2 to 3 Halloween horror films a day. Hey, that's a pretty strong pace, man. How do you have time to watch every 2 or 3 films per day? Yeah. If you are a fan of this kind of film, this kind of 90s cheaply produced martial arts film, so I think you need to check this out. But if you are not so much into martial arts, maybe don't bother. My pet peeve, folded poster. Yes, I know what you mean, but I think it would be really little bit hard to put, rolled poster with one of these, so I guess you cannot just have to live with that. Alright, then another VSA, and oh boy, it's Unmasking the Idol. Yeah, this is the first of the 2 films starring this same guy, Duncan Jacks. Yeah, if you remember, I talked about this in the Only on VHS episode. Maybe 1 to 2 months back, and I was talking about that these were not released. Before I did that, they were just introduced that this is coming out on Blu-ray, so it was kind of like a coincidence that I featured them only on VHS section. But let's see now the VSA release of Unmasking the Idol, shall we? Yeah, alright. Blu-ray on here, and Duncan Jacks and his fantastic action baboon. if you understand what I mean. Yeah, this action hero actually has a baboon as a partner. I don't remember which one of the Duncan Jacks films what this was, but I think the second one was a little bit better when there's a frozen Hitler in the jungles, but I'm not sure if this is the one. I confused them both films in my head. Yeah. Okay, so here is Here is the VSA release from Unmasking the Idol. Has anybody already seen Unmasking the Idol from this Blu-ray? Timo is also having a Halloween month. Aliens was the 16th movie of the month and it's only 9th day. October is a great month to watch horror movies in general. Hey, I have to agree with that. Okay, what do you know? Another hardcore film. And this time it's called Blue Eyes. With newly submitted slipcover artwork and yes, Blue Eyes, and this is VS111 release, so this is also an older release, so I bet this includes DVD as well. Let's open the sucker and find out. Let's find out what's... Yes, like I suspected. So this is some kind of a thriller X-rated film, but I hear that this is supposed to be pretty good. And do I see swastika over there? I don't know. But maybe it's good. Directed by Philip Marslack, Blue Eyes is a fast-paced and clever erotic thriller which benefits mystery, fantasy and neo-noir stylings. Featuring an all-star cast, among them is Shaquille Lawrence, Shanna McCulloch, Paul Thomas, Ron Jeremy and character actor Reggie Nadel. Alright, Blue Eyes, any opinions about this one? I'm probably the only guy who even talks about the Vinegar Syndrome's X-rated releases on YouTube, because everybody else, you know, don't want to get labeled as a guy in a raincoat. I am. A freak in a raincoat. Okay, the final set of films in here. This is the newer release, last month's release, Buried Alive, I mean, Edgar Allan Poe's film. And yes, do you remember when I talked about this? I have the VHS, but I don't recall watching it ever, because the VHS cover looks pretty boring, and gonna have to say that this is not that great either. Well, it'll do, but yeah, I've seen better. Some secrets are best left buried. Anybody seen this already? But gotta tell you, I'm not that excited about this release. But if you are asking, hey, why did you buy it? So I buy it because I'm a subscriber, so it did automatically got sent to me. From acclaimed director and editor Gerard Kikkoin comes Buried Alive, a macabre contemporary reimagining of Edgar Allan Poe's classic tale, The Black Cat, starring Robert Vaughn, Donald Pleasence, and erotic and cult film superstar Ginger Allen. Okay. Hey, at least it's got a pretty good cast. Has Videomannen Gizmo watched any Vinegar Syndrome films during his Shocktober excursion, marathon I mean? And also, has Timo M watched any Vinegar Syndrome films? Because, oh shit, this is gonna be tough as nails, man. Mutant Hunt, directed by Ed Hunt. I mean, Tim Kincaid, and special effects were done by Ed French. Yeah, I talked about this. This is one of my favorite trash films of all time. I have the ancient VHS there called Hunter, but this is Mutant Hunt in its original name. This is one of these New York underground trash films which was made in the year 1987, and the duration is only 77 minutes. And this is starring Matt Hunter. I mean, the main character is called Matt Hunter, and he's the guy in the New York futuristic New York, and he's hunting mutants, these cyborg organisms that they're mutant cyborgs or something. It includes pretty wacky special effects and stupid as hell action scenes, and this is a real delight if you're if you're a trash film enthusiast like I am. This is a real treat for you. I strongly suggest you get this if you have not seen it. Like it said, the first in the series of bunkers direct-to-video genre films directed by Tim Kincaid. For producer Charles Brand, Empire Pictures, Mutant Hunt is a grimy neo-apocalypse vision of New York where robots, mutants, and an oppressive government-controlled class with the new wave fashion and science fiction-infused action. So you know. Great film. What about the cover? Yeah, this cover is pretty nice. Pretty good slipcover. I'm gonna say it's a pretty good slipcover. It makes the film look very interesting. And yeah, this is like I always forgot the word for this. Kohokuvia. Anyway. By the way, do you need Murica player to play this Vinegar release? And what is a Murica player? Murica? What? I saw Buried Alive today. I liked it a lot. Hey, what a coincidence. Okay, you liked it a lot. Hey, that heightens my enthusiasm, but because it was very low, but if you Videoman and Gizmo has seen it and says that it's excellent, then I'll take your word for it and waiting to see it. Hey, what the hell have we here? Okay, we have Veronica Hart in Pandora's Mirror, and this is a Peakerama 015, and okay, then we have also Veronica Hart's Peakerama Pandora's Mirror, and this is another Blu-ray. Maybe there was some error when they did this film. I haven't heard about this. Anybody heard about this glitch? Because I think this is a replace disc included immediately in the box set. So maybe this is some kind of a faulty disc. Maybe, I don't know. But this is Pandora's Mirror, another X-rated feature. So haven't seen it, can't comment it, but yeah. I like Veronica Hart. She's hard. Embossing, that's the word, embossing. Thank you, Freakazoid. Emboss like a boss. Yeah, there is playback issues with some players, so they issued a replacement text. Okay, thanks for the info. And yeah, this is great service to have replacement when you first get the discs at all. Let's slip it with the slipcover like this. Okie dokie. Oh shit, mama. The Amityville Horror, starring James Brolin, Margot Kidder, and Rod Steiger. And what do you know? It's a freaking 4K Ultra HD release, baby. And it's a horror classic. I'm not usually a fan of supernatural horror films like this, you know, like entity films, like ghost films in a house. But I think this is pretty good. But I still think the second one is a little bit better. And this is whole hell of a lot better than the later Amityville films. How many Amityvilles there even is? You know, are there almost 10 Amityvilles or something crazy like that? I don't know. But let's see what's inside this 4K package, baby. We have Blu-ray and 4K here, of course, and a hell of a huge bunch of extras here. Great stuff. One of the most acclaimed and terrifying horror films of the 70s, directed by Stuart Rosberg, features powerhouse performance from James Brolin, young film icon Margot Kidder, and Rod Steiger, with a chilling screenplay from Sandor Stern based on J. Anderson's best-selling book, and underwhelming score by Lalo Schifrin. Now, if that doesn't raise your attention, I don't know what does. Hey, Videomannen or Timo N, have you watched this already? And I do mean the 4K Ultra HD. And this is regionally locked Blu-ray disc and 4K with HDR. Okay, let's review the slipcover. Yeah, it's okay. Not too memorable, but it's okay. And this is the embossed part, this cross here, and it says "Get out here." If you remember the scene from the film, where pretty effective scene when the priest goes to the attic and then he hears the voice "Get out." That's nice. I think there is 8 to 9 Amityville movies. That's a hell of a lot Amityvilles, man. I think I have Pandora's Mirror DVD with Finnish subtitles. Okay, it can be released through Another World distribution. But I don't remember at this moment that is it. Do I have? I don't think I have. Oh baby classic films. I have the original Finnish movie poster waiting to be framed. Yay, great stuff. Okay, one more film and then let's check out the Reservoir Dogs, shall we? And this is Iceman Cometh. A freeze is coming all the time. It's like coming all the time. Yuan Beo and Mackie Jung and John Hua starring in this film, directed by was it the? Don't say. I don't remember. This was this Ringo Lam's film? I don't remember, but it's another Asian release, another Asian film released by Vinegar Syndrome. So a Blu-ray disc set. Never have seen it. I have heard this name multiple times, but never have I seen it. And some sort of a guy with a gun and some sort of guy with a sword, so it's gonna be good, right? It's gonna be good, right? Okay, so we even have a booklet here. Damn. Damn. Oh. Any idea, any opinions about Iceman? And also, we have 2 discs, so maybe this includes some sort of Western version of Iceman Comet and also Hong Kong version. So, contains the original 150-minute Hong Kong cut presented with following mono soundtrack options, Cantonese, yada yada yada. And also, disc 2 contains the extended 122-minute Mandarin language cut presented its original mono soundtrack. So any ideas which version should I watch? Maybe I go for the longer, cause what the hell? Anybody seen Iceman Cometh? And Yuan Bao was also in the Righting Wrongs, if I remember correctly. And Maggie Cheung was also in the film that I really liked. It was the film called The Seventh Curse. Iceman Comet was fantastic. Really makes me want to watch more Hong Kong movies. Hey, that's great news, Mr. Lino Marchetti. Really waiting to see this again. Okay, hey, that's my unboxing for today. So hopefully you find it interesting and liked it. And if you are not interested in talking about Reservoir Dogs, now you can go. But if you are, then please stay. Because now it's time to go. Yes. Okay, Quentin Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs, like I said, came out on 9th of October in 1992, and I'm talking about the US theatrical release. And it was shown, it got its premiere in January 21st in 1992 at Sundance Film Festival, and there were lots of independent films that year which were highly recognized, but I think Reservoir Dogs from those films, it is the best known. And yeah, as you know, it's a bona fide classic, man. it kind of created its own genre and kind of defined the 90s. I mean, you know, the look and feel of the films that, you know, these art house films that came in the 90s. So I think Reservoir Dogs and especially Pulp Fiction is kind of like a decade determining films, if you know what I mean. Reservoir Dogs blew my mind when I was a kid. Still a great movie, says Santeri Paju. Welcome to the chat, Mr. Santeri Paju. Hello. And yeah. Okay. I first saw this film in cinemas, yeah. The Finnish premiere of this film was almost a year later. It was 2nd of July in 1993, and I probably saw it in the fall of 1993, and that would make me 30 years old. 13 years old. So clearly, this film was rated by the Finnish Board of Film Classification. It was rated in Finland. It was rated K18, which means no one under 18 years is allowed. And so clearly I was not 18 years old when I seen it. But in our place, our city, Hervanta city, so to speak, there was this little movie theater called Sinola. And that guy, he didn't give a fuck. He just, I remember we went to see every 18 rated film. If it was like a, you know, advertisement for us. If it's 18, yeah, sure. They don't care what it is about. If it's 18, we always gonna be seeing that, gonna be watching that, because we have Sinola and we are invincible. So the guy in the Sinola counter always says, so you guys are 18? Sure we are. So get on and enjoy the film. so I think nowadays if you would do that, so maybe some parent would complain that, but I'm glad that Mr. Kinola didn't care about the age limits. And yeah, we saw a lot of great films there during that time era. I remember seeing Brain Dead 18 and also Bad Taste, and also Stuart Gordon's Fortress, and also True Romance, Hard Target, many others. It was classic time. But yeah, I kind of remember that I was a little bit disappointed even when I saw it, because back then, you know, there was no internet to check out trailer or anything like that. I have just heard about there's this new guy who made this very violent action film called Reservoir Dogs, and it is rated 18 years. So hell yeah, we went to see there, and we were kind of expecting some completely different film, because yeah, if you see this, I clearly, vividly remember this poster outside Sinola in the dark autumn night. You know, this Harvey Keitel with 2 guns and blood splattered all over the white background. So clearly we were expecting this. By the way, this is the Finnish poster. You know, it says here 18, K18, and Quentin Tarantino elokuva. Hehe, classic poster. So, and during that time also, we have been somehow watching John Woo films. You know, Better Tomorrow. I vividly remember seeing before Reservoir Dogs, Better Tomorrow 1 and 2. Maybe I had seen Killer also. Maybe I had seen Hard Boiled. But you know, if you put these two together, this poster, 2 guns, and story about very violent scene, we were kind of expecting like this like very strong action film with 2 guns, people blazing with 2 guns, like, and then, but we get a completely different experience. Now I'm not complaining, but back then, you know, and when you are 13 years old, so maybe you don't understand everything, so it was a little bit disappointment, but after that I have learned to appreciate the Reservoir Dogs very much. Snake Plissken says, I saw Reservoir Dogs in a small theater called Diana in Turku. It was 1993 or 94. It was something completely new. Yeah, in fact, exactly, that was something completely new, and that is exactly what I mean, that this created its own genre, this kind of Tarantino genre, because after this, in every freaking art house movie, you know, there were people talking cool, trying to talk cool things and wearing suits and, you know, don't give a fuck, nihilistic killings and something going on. You know, lots of examples are there, you know. Love and 45 comes to mind, Killing Zoe, and that was basically done by Roger Avery. But, you know, the 90s is full of examples of these kind of low-budget art house, you know, art violence films. Hey, art violence is that genre which we're talking about in the 90s, in my opinion. If I remember correctly, yeah. Okay, so, So what the film? So is there anybody in the audience that has not ever seen Reservoir Dogs? Let me put a quick gallup. Wait a second. Okay, there's a poll now that you can vote. Have you seen it or not? All those Guy Ritchie films were Tarantino ripoffs. Yes, Guy Ritchie was a guy who kind of took Tarantino style and made it his own, but you could say that these are somewhat Tarantino ripoffs. And Santari Paju says, Tarantino has a huge influence on my movie taste beyond his own films. Even though I sometimes have been annoyed how he's hyped, but looking back, he's introduced me a lot of cool movie genres, yeah. Lino Machetti says, I predict 95% have seen it. So, 4% has not seen it. Damn. So, hit me with that poll and also put your short opinion in the chat if you want to do that. And also hit that like button if you like Weekly Show, VideoTalk, and if you like Reservoir Dogs. Thank you so much. Okay, so what is the film about? Well, there's 8 guys. Let's count. Mr. Blue, Mr. Brown, Mr. Pink, Mr. White, Mr. Orange, Mr. Blonde. You know, is that 7 guys already? And Joe Lawrence and Marvin Nash. Okay, so we have a bunch of guys who make this diamond robbery, diamond heist, and everything goes south, and then the survivors from that heist go to the hideout place, which is a warehouse, and then there they start to think what went wrong and what's happening, where's the diamonds, who is to blame, is there a rat in the house, in the gang, and where's Joe, where's everybody else, and that. So basically the plot of the film is pretty straightforward, but what Tarantino brings to the table is the, you know, these flashbacks, or the story is non-linear. I think this was a pretty... It's not the first time that film has done it, you know, making these, you know, flashbacks to the past and, you know, jumping in the timeline. But I think Tarantino made it its own style. It was not that common to see, you know, these, you know, jumping in the timeline back then. So when they're in the warehouse, we are introduced these characters, who is who and what does what. And yeah, Tim Roth plays the Mr. Orange, a guy who is actually an undercover cop, and he gets the bullet in the belly. And Mr. White, played by Harvey Keitel, he is a friend of Mr. Orange and tries to take care of him. And then Steve Buscemi playing Mr. Pink. Why he is Mr. Pink? Because he is a... You would never hear that in a modern film. This line. So they are in the warehouse setting things up, and then Mr. Blunt, played by Michael Madsen, comes in with a cup in his car's back trunk, and then they start to beat this cup up. And when they leave, the other guys leave to get the nurse for Mr. Orange, and then Mr. Blunt stays alone with the cup and starts playing this Stuck in the Middle with You song from the radio and starts slicing the cup up with a razor. Man, that's a great scene. Why I'm Mr. Pink, Wilho? Because you're awesome. This was one of my first Laserdisc purchases, says Ace Man. All right. Do you still have the Ace Man? Do you still have that Laserdisc? Because I don't recall. Was it? You gave me a huge gift box of Laserdisc, but I don't recall. There's probably were no Reservoir Dogs. Santeri Paju is still figuring out why Tarantino cast Samuel L. Jackson as that black cop Roth talks to in the restaurant. He even auditioned for. Really, I didn't know that, because he would be awesome in that role, man. That would be really awesome if it would suit very, very good in that role. And that role was Detective Holdaway. He was made by Randy Brooks, and he's okay, but nothing too special. But if it would be Samuel L. Jackson, I think I would want to get those deleted scenes included in the film as well, because what I have here is, of course, the Finnish Blu-ray of Reservoir Dogs. Here, and completely bare bones release from, I don't know, 2009 or something, and pretty bad picture quality, no extras. But then I have, I don't remember where did I even get this, but I have Artisan Entertainment Momentum UK release of this special edition, which even has an extra disc, and I had never previously watched this extra disc before. A week ago I watched it. And then I watched also the deleted scenes, but let me talk about a little bit later of those. Somewhere in your garage there's a Reservoir Dogs Laserdisc. Awesome. So it seems that 12% of the people in the audience have not seen it, so maybe we're not going to get too much into spoilers of the plot, because I think I have already explained the plot for that everything is for what is necessary to understand the film. But I don't think this is a like a plot film, if this argument makes any sense. But I think it's more like a character study of these guys, and this is basically the show for Harvey Keitel and Steve Buscemi. And Harvey Keitel, of course, was a very well-known actor back then, and I think Steve Buscemi and also Tim Roth they were not there. They were established actors, but not necessarily that well-known as well. That same goes to Michael Madsen. And then, but Joe is played by Lawrence Tierney, a very rough guy and also a veteran actor, but not that well known in my opinion. And then there's also Eddie Bunger playing Mr. Blue, and this Eddie Bunger is an author of these prison books, and he's been in jail for, I don't know, tens of years of his life. And he also was the author of this book called Animal Factory, which there's also a film that Steve Buscemi directed. By the way, I watched that recently again after like 20 years, and I would love to like that film, but I don't think that's, I don't think that's too special of a film. But basically, these are the guys who run the show, and of course, have to mention, of course, Chris Penn. who is playing Joe's son, and he's kind of like organizing things around that. And everybody is so badass in this, and everybody is so playful in this. Everybody's shooting jokes around in the house. And so basically when I was watching that, I was thinking about maybe this is a little bit immature, because, you know, clearly you can see what Tarantino really likes, and what he likes. He likes to write dialogue, and he writes to write badass characters, and basically every character in this film is like a wisecracking badass and completely nihilistic badass, because everybody in this film don't seem to too much care about, you know, collateral life damage which they cause when they do this diamond job. If you get tired of newer Tarantino, just watch Reservoir Dogs. It's a great way to reset your brain. And even Samuel L. Jackson has said that film would be better with him in it. That is clearly something I can picture Samuel L. Jackson saying that. But every actor in this is fantastic, and I think the dialogue in this, even though a little bit immature, it's fantastic. It suits very well to this film, and kind of this is one of the points that made this film like its own genre, because I don't think previously we have seen these kind of characters who had this, you know, constant urge to talk, and also to talk about things that necessarily don't belong in the plot. You know, they're talking about movies, they're talking about music, talking about Madonna, dick, Madonna's dick, and, you know, talking about these things that people would ordinarily talk. Yeah, and do you know how the film even got made? Because it was written by Tarantino, and Tarantino and Lawrence Bender, the producer, they were kind of starting up things up and trying to get this production flying, and they knew this writing teacher who was married to you know, actor studio character. I don't know, was he man or woman? I don't know. Who happened to know Harvey Keitel, and Harvey Keitel was one of the choices that he really would want to be in this film. So they got the teacher to read the script, and he really liked it, or she, I don't know, really liked it, and passed it to his or her fiancé. And then he also read it, and then they decided that this is very good, and somehow he got it passed to Harvey Keitel, and Harvey Keitel also liked it very much, and Harvey Keitel became one of the producers of the film, and that really, you know, got the film made, because without Harvey Keitel's name attached to it, I don't think it would have been done, at least in this form that we know it. Quentin Tarantino has said that he was prepared to make this in 60mm black and white and do it like $20,000, but the film got, you know, $900,000 budget, very low budget, but yeah, anyway, it's a little bit more than 20,000. Yeah. So it's an ensemble cast of all male. There's not a single female character per se, you know, a female with lines, except for the deleted scenes. Because in the deleted scenes we get to see a lot more this training of Freddy. I mean, by Freddy I mean Mr. Orange, Tim Roth's character, Freddy the Cop, and the guy who was supposed to be who would be better played by Samuel L. Jackson. So the deleted scenes mostly are about this training, when they learn the dialogue and argue, and I think it is very wise decision that they left most of these scenes in the cutting room floor, because I think Reservoir Dogs is not about Freddy's character, it's about the Reservoir Dogs. And it's about the friendship between Mr. White and Mr. Orange, and also Mr. Pink coming in between, and about slicing a cop's head with a razor. And also, in these flashbacks, there was supposed to be this Nina Siemansko, the actor, and she played this character, Jodie McCluskey. And her scenes, they were completely deleted, and he's this detective, kind of young detective who also speaks a lot, and she's explaining about the background of Mr. White. It's a pretty long scene, about at least 5 to 10 minutes, when they're in this hamburger joint and talking about Mr. White. It's okay scene, but I don't think it belongs in Reservoir Dogs. The film can do without that scene. And also in the deleted scenes, and why I'm showing this piece of garbage, in these deleted scenes from Momentum release, there was this scene where they're talking about when Chris Penn's character arrives to the warehouse, then they leave with Steve Buscemi and Harvey Keitel. They are trying to get a nurse. So they can't get a doctor, they get a nurse, and this nurse is called Bunny, and this scene is called Bunny Situation. And if you remember from Pulp Fiction, there's also Bunny, a nurse called Bunny, and it's called the Bunny Situation. So clearly there's some crossovers there. Yeah. By the way, this DVD also includes a funny section where they are talking about these crazy guys, you know. Who was the guy? Eddie Bunker tells that he met in the 1950s, he also met Joe Lawrence Tierney, who played Joe, and they had a fight in some parking lot. And Lawrence Tierney didn't remember this, but Eddie Bunker remembered it. And also there was a funny story by Chris Penn talking about Lawrence Tierney, because they have lots of scenes together and they are supposed to be father and son. So Chris Penn suggested to Lawrence Tierney that, hey man, do you want to come for my place for barbecue, and let's get to know each other and let's talk about the roles. And the shooting was about to start in 2 weeks, and then next morning Lawrence Tierney goes, hey, what time you want me to come in? So okay, I don't recall asking today. And when Lawrence Tierney arrived there, he arrived with suitcase full of clothes, so he's planning to stay for few days. And then they ate, and then he went to sleep in Chris Penn's bed. And then he woke up, hey, what the hell are you doing here? What the hell are we doing here? We need to go to a bar now. So, and I guess he stayed for the night. Nice friend there. Big Bleeping Fortress says, when I think of these movies, always the music is what comes to first. Yes, this movie is filled with lots of great tunes, and Little Green Bag is the iconic opening tune when these guys are walking in slow motion on the street, and Little Green Bag is playing there. And that was made by the George Baker selection, and also from Blue Sweet, Hooked on a Feeling. That's a great song also. And then you remember the scene where they're beating out this cop, beating the hell out of this cop. You get the Joe Tex song, I Gotcha. And who could ever forget Stuck in the Middle with you when Michael Madsen is dancing around the tied up cop and punching him, and then taking the razor and cutting his ear off. Yeah. Also, the end credit music includes the coconut. Put the lime in the coconut. Yeah. So great soundtrack, and one thing to notice here, that this film doesn't include any of the composed music. It only includes the real songs that you could hear in the radio, and then there's this K-Billy super sounds of the 70s where practically provides every song in this film. Yeah. Have you seen Tarantino's short film My Best Friend's Birthday? It's available on YouTube. Pretty funny and Tarantino's main character. No, I have not seen. And in this interview, Tarantino is talking about this film and a little bit ashamed of it because I don't think Tarantino really likes his first short film. Yeah. Hey, speaking of scenes, the ear slicing scenes, and on this special edition, actually there is the ear slicing scene, because they shot that scene in 3 different ways. And the final way is what we see in the film, where the camera pans away from this violent scene. And I think it is the best solution for that scene. I think it suits very well for the movie. It's kind of a unique solution and kind of annoying. I remember we were very annoyed back then in the 1993 when we were in the cinemas. What the fuck, this film doesn't have any action, any gore in it, and why the camera just pans away when there's some cool parts coming up. Nowadays I do think it's an ingenious solution. But in this DVD, there's a deleted scene where they one version of this scene where we actually see Michael Madsen, we see the cop in front of us and Michael Madsen behind the cop and slicing the ear off and then taking the ear and talking to the air. And then we see another scene, and this is the scene we get the close up from this latex, clearly a latex ear, and Michael Madsen is slicing it off. I think it's very well made effect, and in this deleted scenes it's not edited, it's a take. So probably they would have edited it in a short glimpse, so you couldn't see so clearly that it's clearly a fake ear. But basically it's gory, and I think I don't think it would have suited in the style of Reservoir Dogs. But if you want to see these, I believe these are on YouTube, these deleted scenes. So there is a deleted scene which shows the close-ups for you who like to see gore. If you want to see their ear slicing, there's this scene. Take. And speaking of cuts, the censorship problems which Reservoir Dogs encounters in UK, the BBFC passed the film uncut on cinemas, but they refused to classify it on VHS, on home video. I don't know what the hell is the reasoning behind there. Maybe they do think about that it was too vicious or something, so people would go out there and imitate everything that Reservoir Dogs do. I don't know. But James Furman, the previous director of BBFC, thought that this film was too dangerous for home video. So not until year 1995 it was granted a home video certificate. And on Finland, of course, this 16 rated video release, and this was cut like 51 seconds, and you know what the cut was? It was the cut when Michael Madsen dancing around the cup and slicing the ear. I don't have the VHS, but I think it cuts completely this scene when he's dancing. So when he turns the music on, then it cuts like he's gonna get the can of gasoline. So it doesn't make any sense, because why is the ear missing? So the whole scene is cut 51 seconds, because this was uncut in cinemas, and we had this strange special rule that if something is 18 in the cinemas, you can't have 18 on home video, so you have to tone it down for 16 rating. So that is the cut that was required, that this film would be out on home video. That was fucked up. But yeah, hey, the later Blu-ray release in Finland is uncut, of course, and the DVD is uncut. But make no mistake, this VHS was a cut pile of garbage. Yeah, hey, speaking of 4Ks, it's coming on 4K. I don't have a picture there, but surely... Okay, I will find the picture for you. let's put on that picture. Because I'm not really sure about this, you know, cover option that they have opted for the cover. Wait a second. All right. So, Reservoir Dogs on 4K. This is the first cover option. Let's see the second one. I think this is more traditional. The second one is a whole hell of a lot better. Yeah, steelbook version, more traditional. So, coming on 4K from Lionsgate Home Entertainment, and I don't know who is putting it out in Europe, but from in the United States is coming from Lionsgate, and the schedule is November 15 coming out on 4K, and it is the 13th year anniversary celebration release. So hopefully they also include all the extras from this special edition artisan releasing. So I'm not sure if they're gonna do. Let's see the listing again where I took the picture. At least Savvi doesn't say anything about the extras, but they could be to be announced. So not necessarily the final word for it. So are you gonna be getting the 4K release? And which cover option do you like? I remember being very glad when the camera panned away when I saw it in the theater, says Lino Marchetti. Yeah, that was quite the opposite for us. We were like, oh man, why does it have to do it? We want to see. We want to see. I think Michael Madsen could have been a bigger movie star. The guy had the makings of being a Clint Eastwood type of anti-hero of his generation. I do have to agree. Every time I see video box that says Michael Madsen, I think it elevates the film to even to see the name. I like him. Did you by the way, did you know that Michael Madsen was Quentin Tarantino's first choice for Pulp Fiction to be the John Travolta's character? I don't know why he didn't make it. Maybe he had some other great films to do. I mean, man, if he, you know, for himself, you know, passed it, so I think he made a huge mistake. I mean, if Michael Madsen passed the role in Pulp Fiction. Was it so he kind of said that he don't want to be branded as this tough guy. I don't know. I know. I'm pulling out this information out of my ass, but looks like some low-budget horror flick. Yes, I have to agree with that. Yeah, this ear slip cover version. Okay, I get it's very clever. I get it, but I don't know, man. I don't know. What are Ville's favorite Tarantino movies and why? And what is the best Findia movie what you have seen? Okay, let me answer to the Tarantino question because we are talking about Tarantino. I think maybe the best Tarantino film is Pulp Fiction or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I really do like that new film. I think that Michael Madsen isn't a very charismatic actor. He is sometimes good side character, but cannot play a leading role. Maybe. We haven't really seen Michael Madsen in a great film playing the lead. Don't like either of Steelbook styles. Would have preferred the classic Roth and Keitel pulling guns each other. Yeah, that's what I mean, because that's what I mean, because I think the original artwork, this is so iconic. So the steelbook kind of has this, but I mean this. Steelbook kind of has this original flavor to it, but you don't have to be, you know, like this very creative, because I think this original artwork is great itself. Madsen did Free Willy while he was asked for Pulp Fiction. That role would have been benefited his career. Well, who remembers Free Willy? And compare that, who remembers Pulp Fiction? I think Michael Madsen made a huge mistake, my man. And Michael Madsen has acted in hundreds of movies. Yes, but really great ones, classic ones. Except for Reservoir Dogs. I mean, leading role in a classic film. Yeah. Did Madsen play Willy in that? Steelbook version is classy. I do think so too. But this, which steelbook you mean? Because these are both steelbooks. And where was Travolta before Pulp Fiction? I really like him in the Getaway remake, but he was playing the bad guy here in Getaway. It's been a very long time since I have seen the remake of Getaway, but I remember he was playing the bad guy, maybe. Okay, hey, I would rate Reservoir Dogs. Watching it again, it was a great and very nostalgic watch for me. Maybe they're overly badass characters, and also I think I find a little bit unbelievable that these guys who had, you know, maybe doing work for like 2 weeks, why these guys are so friendly to each other? They are not supposed to know each other. But these are very minor nitpicks for this. It's very entertaining, the dialogue is excellent, and I always want to see this film over and over again. This film, I don't get tired of this film ever. But I will rate it 4 stars. I think Pulp Fiction is better. I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is better. Inglourious Basterds may even be better. But if you compare Inglourious Basterds with Reservoir Dogs, there really isn't comparison, because they are so different films. Yeah. Please mind that I have never watched like Tarantino marathon. You know, I would have to watch these back to back, and also then I could give you a real judgment, which really is the best one. Really sleazy bad guy. Oh, the left one for sure. Yeah, probably this one. I agree with all your nitpicks, but it just had so much confidence for the first time directing job. You have to... Hey, I completely agree on that. It's very strong first directing debut. Very strong. Very strong start. And I think he has deserved every right to be a very successful director, because I have seen a lot worse first films from directors. Those may be more epic or entertaining. Yeah, probably you're referring to my opinion, Pulp Fiction being better. I would rate my Tarantinos: 1. Jackie Brown, 2. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, 3. Pulp Fiction, 4. Reservoir Dogs. Hey, many people say Jackie Brown is Tarantino's best. I think it's okay, but far from Tarantino's best. Because it's the only film that is not based on his own writing, and clearly you can see it. Maybe you appreciate that film because of that, but for me it feels like a black sheep in Tarantino's filmography. Also, Death Proof is also another black sheep, but it really don't have this like Tarantino feeling to it. Maybe it could be a good thing for somebody, but for me it's kind of like a letdown. Don't get me wrong, it's a good film. It's an excellent film. But I think it's it's not clearly nearly my top favorite films of Tarantino's. But Vesius is also agree that Jackie Brown is his favorite film. And Aceman too. Maybe I'm in the minority here. Jackie Brown is the best one, and I really don't like Tarantino movies that much. Okay, that kind of explains it. If you don't generally like Tarantino films, so maybe then you like Jackie Brown the best. Yeah, okay, let's see the poll. How many people have seen it and how many don't? Excellent says 64%, okay, 26% have not seen it, 8%, and nobody says it's a bad film. But 8% from 45 people, 8% has not seen it. I can't calculate that in my head, but that is gotta be like 3 people at least, something. I was only 3% off. Yeah, you've guessed that 95% have seen it. It took me a while to really love Jackie Brown, but nowadays it's one of my top favorite movies of all time. Okay. Hey, maybe I need to do Tarantino marathon and watch them all back to back and then give you the real opinion which one of these is really the best. Alright. Hey, that is probably everything I have to say about Reservoir Dogs for now. Hopefully you found my rant interesting, and hopefully you heard something, hopefully you get something out of it. But if you have any questions there, so I can talk about. If somebody would have voted bad, I would have called it a troll. But fortunately, we don't have any trolls in the house. I really don't like De Niro performance in Jackie Brown, but Robert Forster is amazing. Yeah, De Niro is kind of an offbeat character in that one, isn't he? Tarantino makes amazing films. For me, the best is Once Upon a Time. Yeah, Lauri Hasko! Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, yeah. That is an excellent one. Hopefully there's gonna be the longer cut, because I understand that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, they had to cut like, I don't know, hour away from that film. So I would love to see the original 4-hour cut of that film. Because that film doesn't, even though it's almost 3 hours, or is it 3 hours? Something, but it doesn't feel long at all. And I'm a guy who always complains that film is something, if it's something is overly long. Oh yeah. In the end, I can show you this bad boy. This is one of the better releases. This is one of my favorite releases of all time. Hey, check it out. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in special box set containing this very delicious box set, 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray, and then we have even a vinyl single, Rick Dalton single here, and then we even have a Mad magazine in here, which is a mock-up Mad magazine, and then we have the poster. Unfortunately, this is folded, but this is a poster of these fake movies that this Once Upon a Time in Hollywood includes. Operation Dynamite. Yes, I really should read the novel. I would definitely want. I have forgot all about that, so I definitely need to read that. I'm interested in. Yes, this is one of my favorite movie boxes that I have, and it's a Scandinavian release. I have taken the J card out, but it has Finnish and Swedish and Norwegian subtitles, and this thing was very limited, and I was very happy to get this Scandinavian print of this. I don't think I have ever seen this on sale anywhere, except for like 1 week when this was available. I regret so much for not getting this edition. Well, I think this would be, if I had to sell my films, I think this would be one of the last films I would get rid of. Releases. Inglourious Basterds and Once Upon Hollywood are the tied for first one for me, says Lino Machetti. Oh, they are good choices. Anyone listen to Tarantino's podcast? That is also something that I really need to do. I want to hear Tarantino's podcast. That is something that I always forget. Yeah. Hey, thank you for watching. I think this is where I say good night to you. Because I have run out of topics to talk. Hey, it's been almost 90 minutes, so another great weekly show. But I don't think it was that great, but hopefully you have enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll see again next Sunday. I don't know what's happening then, but we'll figure it something out. Evening is still young. Well, it is. Santeri Paju, thank you for your compliments. Santeri Paju. I think I'm gonna be watching one of these Vinegar Syndrome releases. Maybe it could even be the Iceman Cometh. I was thinking, Santeri, when you come and we do the Blaxploitation show, maybe we can watch Mutant Hunt and do a video about it, if you have not seen Mutant Hunt.
Hell yeah, alright.
And I have to work past midnight. What I'm going to do now? Maybe you can watch a rerun of some older video talk. Or some video space drinking video. Yeah. Alright. Hey, thank you guys. Thank you very much. And catch you the next Sunday or the next time when the show is gonna be here. And for Timo M, thank you for the super chat. This is Weekly Show Willie signing off.
We're talking video talk. 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 We're talking video talk.
Yeah.
We're talking video talk.
Bitch, we're talking with our boy Willie. You know he's got the shit. He's dancing real hard. I know you'll never get sick of it. He's got that T on, got that long sexy hair. You know he's about to take his shirt off, his abs so bare. He's got a 6-pack. They call him Suburban Commando. He's a big motherfucker and he's dropping it low. He's about to slap that ass, baby, about to slap it so hard. You ever seen this motherfucker running naked through your backyard?
We're talking video talk. We're talking
Video talk, bitch, we're talking video talk. Get your video talk. You best subscribe. You best subscribe or die. You best subscribe or dive to video talk.